Graveyard Song. On the edge of the small town of Elmswood, beneath the ancient weeping willows and the watchful gaze of stone angels, a haunting melody drifted from the graveyard every night at precisely 11:03 p.m. Nobody knew who played it. Nobody dared to find out. Except for Emma Carter. It had been exactly 1 year since her younger brother, Nathan, died in a hit-and-run accident on their way home from a school concert. He was only 12, a violin prodigy with a shy smile and a soul too gentle for the world. Emma, 17 at the time, had blamed herself every single day since. She should have held his hand. She should have looked both ways. She should have done something. Emma hadn't touched her own violin since the funeral. Then, one night in October, she heard it. A song. Soft. Mournful. Played with the same elegance Nathan used to have. The sound came from the graveyard behind their house. Her heart dropped into her stomach. She thought it was a dream, a cruel echo of grief. But the next night, it returned. Then again, and again. So, on the fifth night, Emma wrapped herself in her father's old flannel coat, clutched her flashlight, and crossed the field behind the house. The wind was sharp, the sky silent. Every step she took toward the wrought iron gates of Elmswood Cemetery pulled a thread from her courage. She followed the music. Past graves with names worn smooth by time. Past marble angels with cracked wings. Until she reached the small, ivy-covered bench near Nathan's headstone. And there, sitting on the bench, was an old man with silver hair, eyes closed, cradling a violin. His fingers danced across the strings with a grace that took Emma's breath away. She didn't speak. She simply listened. When the song ended, he looked up at her with a kind, tired smile. "You came," he said. Emma blinked. "Who are you?" The man stood slowly, knees creaking. "A friend. Of the music. Of your brother's. Of yours. I haven't played since her voice cracked. I know." He walked toward her, holding out the worn violin. But he never stopped. That night, she sat beside him. He played again, and she hummed alone, tears slipping down her cheeks. For the first time in a year, the weight on her chest lifted, not gone, but lighter. Every night after that, Emma returned. Sometimes the old man played. Sometimes he watched her play. Sometimes they sat in silence. He told her stories. Of loss. Of love. Of how the dead never truly leave us when we remember them through music, stories, and silence. But then, on the 12th night, he didn't come. She waited an hour. 2. But the bench was empty. All that remained was the violin. Emma took it home. That winter, she began playing again. First in her room. Then for her parents. Then at the church. Word spread. "The girl who plays the graveyard song," they whispered. People started coming to hear her. Those who'd lost someone sat in the back pews, holding hands, crying quietly. The music healed something in all of them. In spring, Emma held a concert in the cemetery. She played Nathan's favorite piece under the willow trees, birds singing along, the wind gently brushing through the grass. She spoke afterward, voice trembling. "I used to think grief was the end. But it's not. It's a song, sad and beautiful, that we carry with us. And when we share it, we help others carry theirs too." A month later, a letter arrived. No return address. Just her name on the front. Inside was a photo of the old man with a group of young musicians, decades younger, standing outside a music conservatory. Written in delicate, looping script. Music doesn't end in silence. It becomes part of the earth, the air, the heart. Play on. Years passed. Emma became a music therapist, opening a center for grieving children. She called it the Graveyard Song Project. Every child received a violin, piano lessons, or whatever instrument let their pain speak. Somewhere, deep in her soul, she still heard the old man's song. She played it every year on Nathan's birthday, under the willows, beside the bench. Not out of sorrow anymore. But remembrance. Because some songs aren't meant to fade. They're meant to be passed on. Inspiration message. Grief is not something we overcome, it's something we learn to live with, grow through, and transform. Like Emma, we can carry the pain without being crushed by it. Sometimes, in our darkest places, we find the music that helps others heal. The Graveyard Song is a story about love that lingers, melodies that mend, and the courage to keep playing when the world goes quiet.